What's up, everybody? It's your boy Red X Black, and I'm back with another video. Um, Ever since this announcement came yesterday, there's been an explosion in a discussion about different things. One of them is Kamala and her ideology. Now, the attacks coming from the right are a little all over the place right now because they don't know what to really paint her as. She's not a leftist. Kamala is not a radical leftist, as they like to keep saying about everybody. Biden is definitely not a radical leftist. Neither one of them are. They're just liberals who are pretty center right, pretty much. And Kamala, the only thing that you could really that's the most accurate is the flip flopping. And she has flipped and flopped on different issues, from Medicare for all to it was one other thing that she flipped on. It was like she just went whatever the way of the wind, pretty much. And that was especially during the primaries. Like, she was jumping from thing to thing to thing. And but she's not a leftist. She may caucus and she may seem like she rides with that side, but she doesn't. She's not a leftist at all. Her prosecutorial record it's more in line with a hardline Republican than some radical leftists. Okay, she put a lot of people in prison. She prosecuted a lot of cases. So I saw even on Fox Business, Rudy Giuliani, he was over there looking confused because he didn't know. He was trying to attack her from both ways, and it just looked confused. He was like, she put a lot of people in jail. Yeah, she prosecuted a lot of those crimes, but she wants to, she's that's unserious. I didn't prosecute that many crimes like that, but she they said they're for police reform. They don't want the police, but I think but she wants to she locked a lot of people up, and then Trump freed those people. And it's just confused. It sounds really confused, and so you can't keep saying that they're gonna the ads where they're gonna defund the police and the police are gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone and they're gonna run in your house and rob you. The ad with the old lady getting beat up, like that's just that type of stuff. It's not gonna land because it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense at all. Because you cannot say that they're too tough on crime, but yet they want the police defunded. That doesn't make any sense at all. And Kamala and Joe would rule like how they would govern it probably would be pretty much similar to Obama or Clinton or someone like that. But some policies would still continue, even like some policies from the Obama administration continued under the Trump administration, from the wars to immigration policy. A lot of that stuff was a continuation. And so it's not much of that would probably change, but there will be a nicer face on what goes on. I'm sure I don't even really know Kamala's foreign policy that much, but from what I've seen from the primaries and what I know from Joe, I don't know if we would get out of these wars overseas. They would probably decrease troop levels or increase drone strikes and air strikes. Like this is how it goes. If you're on the right, on like the neocon right, they want all in ground war, send more troops over. On the neoliberal side, it's like, well, we don't want to invade a country. We're just gonna bomb them to death. Let's just send more drones and fighter jets over there. We just want to bomb them. They like soft war, okay? But nevertheless, it's still conflict. So either way you choose, you're still gonna get conflict. But Kamala is not a leftist. She's not some radical. She's just not. Like, she's really just not. And the people who keep trying to paint that, I've seen people try to paint Biden as, he's moved so far to the left. Like, no, he hasn't. He really hasn't. He did do that joint task force with Bernie, but it really didn't do much. All it did was change a few of the policies, but that's about it. And the change that was made was so minuscule that I don't really even know if it's much of a difference from where he was before. I mean, they did improve some of his policies, but like Jesus, before I don't even really know what he really stood for before. Um, he was just there pretty much. He had policies on his website, but he never really talked about any of them besides the Obamacare expansion that was never really elaborated on and never really explained. But other than that, I don't really know much what he stood for. But you see that's almost the genius of this whole thing, because you can't Trump cannot pin Biden down. He hasn't been able to successfully do it like he could with Hillary, because all you had to do was Hillary was go after the corruption, and people could see that she was corrupt, and she was very, very disliked by everybody. And I've seen some people making the same argument about Harris being just viciously disliked as like Hillary was, but I would say that that's not that's kind of true to an extent, but not necessarily, because it's not the same type of situation. Kamala hasn't had this like long career like Hillary did, and she hasn't really been in national politics for that long, so she didn't have that same just track record like Hillary did. But yeah, I mean, she's just not a radical. They keep calling anything under the sun, they're going to call it radical. Anything that is like anything, anything, they're just going to call it radical. They think AOC runs the party, and the new progressive Democrats in Congress, they don't have enough to really do much. They are very popular, but they don't have like a whole caucus or anything like that. They don't have any of that. And Nancy Pelosi does not kowtow to the left. No, the Democratic Party is a center-right corporate party, just like the Republicans. So it's not much of a difference between the two. The main difference that they all differentiate on is social issues. That's why they say liberal and conservative. You can be liberal and conservative and still be a neocon, a neoliberal war hawk. But it doesn't really make a difference. You know, there are two wings of the same bird. So I just had to then the other conversations about Kamala's blackness. I'm not even about to get into that conversation right now. It gets too deep and too complicated. You got woke Twitter. There's two halves of woke Twitter. One half is happy, the other half is angry. Then it's just too much. People getting on my nerves. But anyway, what you guys think about this? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, whenever do it, however do it, wherever do it, just do it. It's your boy Red X Black, and I'm out. Peace.